year-long torture divided over months, divided into weeks, that we call Frontline, is here again. Depending on when this video will come out, probably somewhere this week. Hi, by the way. It's been a while. I'm here again. Sort of. Kind of. With a video that I actually technically haven't made yet. I haven't made a Frontline video yet where I commentate. I've made one Frontline video. I think the first month it came out back in February. We're in June. And we're still doing Frontline. Now that wouldn't be a bad thing if Frontline wasn't the horrible grind fest it is now, where we have to play 20 to 30 hours every week to go up a prestige, to finally get a tank somewhere in September, which we still don't know what it is yet. Now I've put in the effort. I've put in the hours, the weeks, the months of effort into Frontline to maybe possibly unlock this tier 9. But we still don't know what it is. The whole appeal of Frontline is that you can unlock 2 premium tanks. Now if you just want the STA2 and the WZ111, because you don't have the time to grind every single week for 10 to 20 hours to 10 to 30 hours, then the STA2 and the WZ111 are pretty good tanks. The STA2 is actually really, really good. The WZ is kind of leaves to be desired. But if you have some time, you can put in the Emil 1951. I don't know how good it is. I haven't really watched any videos on it, because personally, I'm not gonna play it. It could actually be a really good tank. But it's the tier 9 that I wanted to grind for, and I'm still grinding for. As you saw, I just unlocked the Emil 1951, which is not the price I was going for, but it's a tank that I have now, and it's new, and I'm never going to play it. The very first month of Frontline it came out, you could straight away do 3 prestiges in 1 week. I did 3 prestiges in 1 week, which meant that I literally played 6 days straight, 10 to 12 hours a day. Pretty much the entire time I was awake, I wasn't either eating, pooping, or showering. I was playing Frontline. And I'm really glad I put in the effort back then, because I still enjoyed Frontline back then. Because right now, the meta is stale, the map is boring, the gameplay is... What's another word for stale or boring? Oh, I know, repetitive. Now I know that there's going to be a new map somewhere in the future, but I would have liked to see it come out a bit earlier. It's going to be a snow map, by the way. I hope it will look good. But they could have made a snow map already somewhere the 2nd or 3rd month of Frontline, and then now be working on a desert map. Because eventually it will be variety that will keep Frontline interesting. But currently we have no variety, which means that after, yeah, this is the 5th month of playing Frontline. It's frustrating to play, because I'm not playing to win. I'm not playing to farm credits, even though I have like 82 million credits now. I don't play for anything except for that I want to be the next prestige within a week. Now, if I would spread out the amount of hours that I have to play over the entire week, that means I have to play, let's say, 3 hours every day, which is still 3 hours every day. And that is a lot. Also, I'm going away on Sunday, so I wouldn't have been able to play on Sunday, which means, you know. Anyway, today's Thursday, and I finally finished it after giving up multiple times over the entirety of Frontline this week. But I've done it. I am Prestige 7. I've got the small ribbon that I can put in front of my name. I have the Emil 1951. And that means there's only, if I'm correct, 3 months left. Or actually 3 weeks left of gameplay for me to get that still unannounced tier 9, which I feel they're going to announce the week it's going to be released. I really hope for next time that the winter map is there, so there could be at least some bit of variety. Because right now on this current grass map, it is light tank meta. Light tank, light tank, light tank with a bit of medium tank. So maybe with the snow map, there might be some more incentive to have a heavy tank meta. That would be interesting, that would be cool. But I don't see it happening, because the map is so big with a heavy tank meta, the games will be even longer. And with games that last, let's say, 20 to 25, maybe 30 minutes, that's not something you would really want to do in a heavy tank. But we will see what either the snow map will bring, or maybe the tier 9. And if I'm honest, Frontline is the only thing in World of Tanks that currently has me coming back frequently to play it. Because I'm sorry to say, I really don't enjoy... Well, actually, that's a lie. I do enjoy playing World of Tanks. But I feel that the game limits me. And that really bothers me. If I shoot a tank and I aim in the side, I expect to hit the tank in the side. And not shoot the ground in front of it, or beside it, or shoot the air behind it. It's the RNG mostly in this game that really bothers me. Really bothers me. And I know that that won't change. So I've decided to just kind of stop playing World of Tanks. And seeing as I'm not playing World of Tanks, I don't really have replays to put on the YouTube channel. Now, I don't mind talking about World of Tanks. It's a game that I've put a lot of effort in. It's a game that I really enjoy playing. But frankly, I just don't enjoy it the way I want to play it. So I don't play it. So I don't make videos. I had a really good 907 game from last patch that I wanted to showcase and commentate on. It was a 907. It's always good. But Wargaming made a micro patch that made the replay not work anymore. So I was like, cool, thanks. So occasionally I still play 2 or 3 games of World of Tanks, and then I end up in a fit of rage because of the game, and then I stop playing it, and then I'll be angry for about half an hour, so I play something else. And that something else, currently, I play a bit of Ark, really occasionally. I'm playing a bit of Planet Coaster. I'm really excited for Planet Zoo. Oh my god, is that a game that I really want to play? There's 2 games I'm really excited for this year. They're both coming out in November, within about 10 days of each other, I do believe. Planet Zoo, which is pretty much a really nice looking zoo tycoon, which I played to death as a kid. And Pokemon Sword Shield. Both games I'm planning on streaming. Planning on. There's no way there's no guarantee I'll do it, but I'm planning on doing it because those are 2 games I'm looking forward to. Now, I know Pokemon doesn't have the national Pokedex with, in this case, 1,000 plus Pokemon. I don't really mind, if I'm really honest. There's a lot of people that are really bothered by it, but I don't really mind, because I know that they're gonna put in like the cool and good Pokemon or the famous Pokemon in anyway. And honestly, I don't care about Pillow Sand from last generation. If it's in, why? If it's not in, I don't care. There's a lot of Pokemon I don't care about, and I wouldn't mind seeing not in the game. Is that correct? I wouldn't mind. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm gonna play and buy and play Pokemon Sword and or Shield. Probably Shield. I'm leaning towards Shield. I don't know why. Kind of like the dog more. It's kind of weird that the legendary is just a dog holding a sword, and it's about like and then it just spits the sword out. It's like, oh, the sword is wet, nice. But the Shield legendary dog has a mane that's made of a shield. I mean, it's not really useful that its head is sticking out beyond the shield, which is arguably its most important part of its body, because that's the part that controls his entire body. But it's, I think it's more cool looking than the sword Pokemon. So yeah, I'll play Pokemon, and I'm definitely going to play Planet Zoo. There's 3 games as a kid that I played a lot. Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, and Age of Empires. Now, there's 2 games, Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, that I've played to death and or want to play a lot. But I don't know if there's going to be a new Age of Empires. It has been announced, and then we've heard nothing of it for the past few months. So with few months, I think about 8-9 months so far. So I guess Pokemon has to take the space for Age of Empires. Yeah, I was wrong. Age of Empires 4 was announced at Gamescom 2017. We're coming up soon to Gamescom 2019. So, yeah. It's not looking good, is it? So yeah, what we were talking about, Frontline, World of Tanks, it's actually looking fairly good for me at the moment in game. I'm not really looking at the footage because I was talking about other stuff like Planet Zoo. Anyway, actually talking about events and stuff, I'm not going to Gamescom 2019. I've been to TwitchCon Berlin already. I've been in Germany way too often already this year, and I'm going again soon, so... But, many buts, Tankfest. My 5th year of Tankfest is coming up really, really soon. But I think I'll release this video tomorrow, which is today for you, which is Friday. And in a week from now, I will be in England already for Tankfest. I'll be there walking around with a new shirt I've designed. Yep, I design shirts now. I've been doing that actually. I've been designing shirts for 4 years now for Tankfest. I have a new one. I actually really like it. It's been it's been made with the help of Tanya Pepity, Willard's wife. You know. And I really like the design for this shirt. If you want to see it, you'll see it at Tankfest. Now the music has gotten really intense now because I am super close to actually getting General, which, if I'm honest, is not really that special. I get a lot of Generals. The lowest I've gotten this Frontline week is Captain once, because the team was so incredibly bad. They all sat... The moment the enemy came rolling into the square, my team pulled back a square. So the enemy could just constantly just take the cap circle, cap it, roll forward, take the cap circle, roll forward, destroy the objectives. My team did nothing. I had the highest rank on my team with Captain, and I was only halfway to getting Major. So that was... I have no words for it. That was really bad. Anyway, yay! I'm the General of the Army. Now I'll talk a bit more about Frontline actually, because the most annoying cap circle I hate for defending as well as attacking is Cap Circle C. I hate it. It's too open, and at the same time, it's too closed. It's too good for the defenders, because they only have to poke their turret, spot everyone in the cap circle, and then there's 3 or 4 places that the defenders can shoot from to actually stop the cappers. Stop the cappers. Many cappers. In B, the defenders have to drive in, but at the same time, the attackers have to be really exposed. In A, the defenders have to drive in to spot them, but at the same time, everyone is exposed. In C, the defenders are really well defended. They can hold down, they can sit on the side behind bushes, they can sit on top, really defended. As an attacker, you cannot shoot people to the left on the hill. You cannot shoot people to the right because they're behind bushes. You can only shoot people to the front of you and they're hold down there. Now as a defender, that's also annoying because the moment people die, they give up and go somewhere else. They'll go to A or B. So I'm stuck now at C as a defender, and there's no points to get because everyone has left that died. And for some reason, you can cross from A to B and B to A as a defender, as an attacker. But with C, you can only cross to B if you're the defender. If you're an attacker in C, you are stuck there until you either cap or die. And seeing as you will not succeed capping anytime soon, you will die. And I hate that about C. Another thing I hate about Frontline, if it's the enemy team doing it, is blobbing. Now there's a cap to a, let's say, a lane. You've got A, D, and 1. That's a lane. There's a cap of how many people can spawn there, but there's no cap of how many people can drive there. So I believe I'm not even sure about this number. I think it's 15 people can spawn in a lane, but people can spawn on B, drive to A, and that number can become 20. It become 25. It become 30 if everyone on the team wants to do it. But the moment you die, you have to spawn at B and then drive back to A again. That is a thing that can happen. And I've got a picture here of one team that just blobbed. They won B, they won A, they won D. They blobbed onto 2 and 1 at the same time because that was such a big group of people. We couldn't stop them. And then because our team wanted to defend 1 and 2, everyone blobbed, spawned to C, and did C and F and 5. And then we lost. I don't know why, how, or whom, but that was the most organized blob I've seen an enemy team do. And it was frustrating to see because it wasn't my team. This is the point where I realize I still have to talk for 8 minutes straight. And I don't know what to talk about anymore. I've pretty much talked about whatever I wanted to talk about. So I'm just gonna repeat myself 15 times and say that I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've talked about what I wanted to talk about, so I'm talking about nothing. That was 20 seconds, that wasn't enough. But personally, I stopped playing for the team in Frontline. I stopped playing for the win. I started playing for me. Because I don't care if little Billy doesn't get past Sergeant, as long as I get Major or General. Because it is me, eventually, that will get the points that I put the effort in. If my team wants to just pull back, and lose, I'm not going to be the one that will go in and spot them. Because that means I will lose all my tanks and I'll have to wait 4 minutes for my tank to respawn. That's not something I'm prepared to do for the team anymore. And that's what 5 weeks of Frontline does to a person. They stop seeing the bigger picture, if they saw it in the first place, and started doing shit for themselves. That's how I've been getting pretty much General every single game. Because I'm not the one going in anymore to try and spot people in the cap that are trying to attack it. Instead, I became one of the many people that just sat in the back and just shoot everyone that was spotted. I'm a lot more careful now because I don't want to sit there for 4 minutes waiting for my tank to come back. Because eventually, that is actually not good for you. Because you just spent 4 minutes doing nothing, not gathering points, not becoming a general. And that includes this game. I could have gone on to 5, shoot it in the back a couple of times. But instead, I wanted to see, maybe I can shoot the people in the back at E. Farm damage. Yep. I wanted to see how much damage I could do in this game, because we didn't destroy a single objective yet. We've only taken F on the second line, I do believe. I'm not quite sure. And I was already on 10k damage. Now 10k damage is pretty decent in Frontline. But I wanted to see how far I could go. I wanted to squeeze every single piece of damage out of it. So that's what I started doing. I stopped going for objectives. I stopped working for the team. I just thought, let's see how much damage we can squeeze out of this game. Because if I'm honest, there was no point of me sitting in the cap anymore, because I was not getting any points towards a next rank. Generals to top, I get more points, doesn't matter. Maybe they could add Commander for the people that are like having a really good game, like a really good game. And then Commander would give you like 1500 points instead of 1200. Like, I would have gotten Commander in this game if it was like my imaginary rank. That would have been really nice to get. And there can only be 1 Commander every single game and not like 5 Generals, because like they sat there farming people that tried to attack, and they drove into the cap, and then they ammo-racked them every single time, and they got General after 4 minutes of shooting people because they were lucky. Artillery, by the way. Actually, no, I know one more thing I want to talk about, and it's not a subject that will last 4 minutes, but personally, and this is my opinion, yours is different, I know it is, I think that the arty strike, the bomber run, and the recon plane have no place in Frontline. If Frontline, just like every other mode in World of Tanks, is based on skill, if I have a good game or not, why can some Papega drop a recon plane onto my position while I'm in a perfect defensive position, spot me for his entire team, having me drop out of my defensive position, and then have 4 people drop arty strikes on me while they're still driving their Lobe, which is their only tier 8 tank they have, towards the cap without really thinking. Meanwhile, I thought about, if I sit here, my left flank will be protected, I can shoot the right flank, I'm behind bushes, they will have trouble spotting me, I'm in a great position, and then you've been spooked! Why? Because there's some idiot in a plane looking at you with his binoculars like, hey, there's a tank down there. Inspire can stay, because it gives you a small boost, but it's temporary for 50 seconds, I think it was. And it's not even game-breaking amount of boost. Engineering can stay, because engineering helps you with the objective, which is taking the cap circle, or defending the cap circle. The fact I've been getting more generals this time around is because I've been using, not Inspire, sorry, my engineering on every single class. So if I cap, I get more points towards my general. And if I defend, I get more points towards general. It's not that, oh man, I cannot reach the cap in time. Well, I guess I'll just drop an arty strike. Haha. I had no point. I had literally no chance of ever defending it. But I'll squeeze out an arty strike. You think at the same time as 5 other people. And then just the heavens start falling down upon you. And you die. And it's really annoying. So I think that arty strike, bomber run, and the recon plane have no place in Frontline. Especially with the recon plane being glitched the first 2 days. Jesus, infinite spotting forever. Hello? But the worst combination in Frontline for, I think it is 5 months straight. February, March, April, May, June. 5 months straight is an artillery piece with an arty strike. So they'll shoot you while you are in the cap circle, drop their arty strike on you, so you're now tracked, stopped from capping, and also stunned, and then for some reason an arty from another zone shoots you. Boy, is that annoying. Oh, that really gets my blood flowing. Anyway, we are finally reaching the end of the video. With just 1 minute left and all the cap circles capped, we cannot get extra time. And as you can see by the zones, 1, 2, 3, and 5, we're not going to destroy those in time. And I will leave you with one last announcement. Seeing as I'm going to Tankfest next week, there will be one more final vlog about it. This will be the last time I will vlogging about and around Tankfest. Because, frankly, having made 4 vlogs, I don't know what to film anymore. For real, I don't know what to record at Tankfest anymore, because you've seen it all. You've seen the VCC, you've seen the tanks drive around the arena, you've seen the museum itself. There's not more than that. It's great in real life, but there's only so much you can record 5 times in a row, you know? So, yeah. I don't know what to film at the museum itself, but it's going to be more of a travel vlog around Tankfest. So, me having died on 16,914 damage. That is my highest to date, and probably will be my highest damage in Frontline. Damage is damage.